What is your full definition of a superhero?
You haven't chosen the easiest one to start with.
A superhero can be defined as someone who has superpowers, as opposed to Batman, who uses his technology and his money. So a superhero for me is someone who has additional powers like strength or psychic abilities.
Someone who has a superpower, someone who probably more of something in a movie, some fictional character.
A definition of a superhero is someone who is given powers or gets powers through an accident. But, that being said, I'm not sure if biological engineering, advancing their evolution a couple of thousand years or a couple of million years in order to give them superpowers or powers, I'm not sure if that's a superhero.
Someone who the community considers to be protector. Yeah, I'd say someone who the community considers to be.
Somebody who has the ability to use powers of an unhuman nature.
Yeah. That is a good definition. Yeah. Some people think that on the side of the argument seem to think that a superhero is someone with extraordinary powers beyond being human. What do you think?
Well, I agree with that. Someone with powers beyond that of a human. Therefore, I don't think Batman is a superhero.
Alright, well, what do you think Batman is?
I think Batman is a gully guy.
Do you like Batman just
I think Batman's badass. You know what I mean? Batman is pretty cool, but ignoring the fact that he does not have any superpowers.
Yeah, there are
except
some...
money. But then
yeah,
the same
money. Yeah, is money a power?
Yeah. Well, in Tony Stark's case, yeah.
Yeah.
But then he's got more knowledge.
Yeah,
on that side.
I think that's right. I think that's what the super is. It's human plus.
Yeah, I would probably think that someone that has powers, some weird powers that you wouldn't normally have, and can use it.
There are some people, heroes who don't have superpowers.
Oh, are they?
But like Iron Man and Batman, they just use technology.
Yeah.
Do you define them as superheroes?
I wouldn't as much. No, I would say more like superhero is someone that has a certain power. I would think, or can do something much better than everyone else, or someone can do something else that no one can do.
Well, how can I put this? A superhero usually means to have powers, but it also could mean to have a greater ability than normal heroes, because heroes have a set standard which they are just called heroes. When they are a superhero, it either means they're a higher standard or it means that they have powers, but generally it means that they have powers in some form or another.
You think?
I think, yes, that is an aspect of it, but a superhero doesn't have to be that. I mean, if you look at people like Daredevil, if you look at people like, trying to think of another example,
Batman?
Batman,
Iron Man, because
Batman as well, yeah.
some people think of them just as heroes.
They are just heroes, really, aren't they? I'd say that was partly true, that there are heroes who are.
Yeah, but they would think of them as superheroes because they just use the technology, don't they?
Yeah, I think it's it's how the community visions them, I think, at the end of the day.
Now, what would be the basis of a real-life superhero in the modern world today?
Someone who helps the community in a good way, I suppose. I reckon superheroes nowadays are people like charity workers and aid workers and, that sort of thing. People, do you know what I mean? People who go out and actually
do something really.
Help the community.
Yes.
Without looking for personal gain.
The services like doctors, all of the these soldiers and everything, they're all classed as heroes, but superhero I wouldn't say. I'd say we'd have a different definition for people like that. Say we would class Martin Luther King as a legend. And I think legend fits the name more better than a superhero for someone who, you know, does a lot of good but doesn't actually have any superpowers.
Is there like any difference between a superhero and a vigilante?
I personally would prefer a vigilante, only because they're more themselves.
Any difference between them?
I would say...
Because sometimes superheroes take the law onto their own hands, so what the public says.
I would say no. Like you kind of just explained that. I'd say a superhero and a vigilante aren't the same thing.
Ah, right, okay. Well, like, again, what would be the basis of a superhero? Like, say, if a person wanted to be a superhero, like, if they want to avenge someone, what would be, like, the basis of them, like, as an occupation? Would they like to call them something?
The basis, I reckon, would be hiding your identification. Hiding your face, if you were going to kill someone.
I mean, what would be the occupation of a superhero, like the job? What is their main title role, do you think?
I wouldn't know.
They would not have on their CV saying, I stop crime.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. I'd say they have their excuse, depending on the the superhero.
Well, I'm not sure about superhero, but a hero is someone who will give of himself or herself for the betterment of others without considering their own safety or own well-being.
It's probably like...
Yeah. Well, you know,
Is there someone that's invisible? Or...
I mean, in the comics or films, you see superheroes as flying, trying to save people.
Yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, someone who can do something, probably like
people and
someone that can fly and save someone, or someone that can be invisible, so be a detective, or someone that can run really fast.
Some people define some people as being like a superhero. So, well, who do you think might be a superhero like in?
Well, right now, I would say certain people that help the world a lot. Someone that like.
Before superheroes, there was like legends, like Hercules or something like that. They could have been like superheroes of their time. But do you think that superhero could have been like icons?
Yeah, true. Yeah, someone that does something pretty well, who you look up to. You could say that. Yeah.
Well, I'm not really sure where they stand in terms of superheroes, but heroes would be a firefighter or a person rescuing a cat from a tree, or I guess a superhero would probably be someone who can do abnormal things that other people can't, or manage to overcome obstacles which other people may not be able to do.
Yes. In Spider-Man, a publisher of the Bugle newspaper named J. Jonah Jameson, well, he has a hatred of Spidey and quotes, "The real superheroes are the normal civil service, police, firefighters, soldiers, etc." What are your comments on that?
I'd agree with him to the point where they are heroes, not superheroes.
Right.
But except the police, I wouldn't say. Well, I wouldn't say that the police aren't heroes. I'm just saying that they usually moan about the wrong stuff.
Do you think that J. Jonah Jameson was invented for some reason?
I think he was invented to kind of give that contrast between how he controlled Peter Parker into kind of getting more photos of Spider-Man.
But do you think he
it kind of showed that, get more pictures of Spider-Man,
so that he could you abuse the pictures and say he's a criminal.
Yeah.
Immediately, he's a criminal. Do you think that J. Jonah Jameson represents a part of like an icon of the side of the people to hate superheroes?
Not so much, because I think his character more.
It's a video.
I think his character was more used in kind of for a much more comedy value, but at the same time, like stab you in the face. But no, I think his part was kind of used as a more comedy.
Right.
Comedy style.
Say that's partly true, but then again, you know, DC or Marvel wouldn't be able to sell all of their comics if they based them on superheroes, which were firefighters.
Do you think that Jane Jonah Jameson was made for a reason or something?
I think it was probably made to try and ground it slightly, to try and ground the whole thing, because it gives it a slightly more human aspect of people having a contradiction.
Because he runs a newspaper, but yet he always has Spider-Man has a hatred symbol on there.
Yeah, I think there always needs to be controversy to make it real. You know, you can't have a superhero that everyone likes. Do you know what I mean?
Well, Jonah just generally hates Spidey anyway because he sees him as meddling in the affairs of real people. I think Jonah is created as a caricature, as someone to hate Spider-Man. He's created to define Spider-Man.
Do you think that he sort of represents the other side of the public who sees a different representation of Spider-Man?
No, generally he tries to make Spider-Man look bad, but the people of New York still admire Spider-Man. That's been shown in the movies and the comics.
Your comments on that?
I wouldn't say you could in one way say they are because they're doing something to help other people, but I wouldn't say they are it, and I'll say more of a superhero is kind of someone that does something pretty amazing and like everyone can, I'll say pretty everyone could do a police job, they just need training, but I'd say a superhero would be something that no one can do and literally does it in a really amazing way.
Some people think that a superhero is beyond human limits.
Yeah, I would say that,
But sometimes superhero can be defined as saving people more than people without superpowers.
Yeah, you can say a superhero.
And that's why people normally like Batman, because he's sort of like, just like he's a man, but just use the technology, you know.
Well, Jameson has always been... I haven't heard too much about it, but apparently the reason he hates superheroes is because one time, a very long time back, he was accidentally attacked by a superhero, apparently, according to rumours going around.
Are you getting that from the 1990s kids show, you know, Spider-Man, you know, Spider-Man?
No, I picked it up on Google.
Well, there are many reasons of why Jonah hates Spider-Man, but he does not hate all superheroes. What are your comments on of his quote, "The real superheroes are the normal civil service, police, firefighters, soldiers"?
I'm guessing something must have happened to him in order for him to not like superheroes, but he may also be just trying to put across a point that he believes the true heroes lie in normal civilized people, not people which have been gifted with powers or extensions or abilities which allow them to perform more incredible tasks than the rest of us. And what he's trying to get across is that we are superheroes compared to them because we are managing to do such incredible stuff with no powers aiding us.
If a person went through some extraordinary change that would possibly go into a superhero, what would their ability in the real world?
What ability should... I don't know. Super strength would be a good one, obviously.
Would you think that super strength would be quite possible?
No. That's why it's fiction.
Yeah, they could be. Like they could have a super, could work out. They could they could have amazing strength. So they could just lift anything. They could just be so fast. They could just go from somewhere to another place or they could turn invisible.
Yes, it's very hard because we know that probably X-ray vision is unlikely and impossible.
Yeah, we all know Superman, in my opinion, is bullshit. Yeah, I said that. Basically,
go ahead, go on.
The reason I say Superman is bullshit is because his character's been changed so many times. Powers in the real world might not be like flight, super strength, and being able to hold a massive black hole into your hand until you scream out, "That's impossible, how the fuck did I do
Oh, we had this conversation. If he's under a red sun, I think.
No powers for you. Yeah, that's all it could be in real life. It may just be like stronger, faster, more intelligence.
Yeah, intelligence, that counts really. It's not always born.
What could be possible?
Yes.
With today's science, do you mean?
Yes.
I'd say, you know, stuff like maybe flight, possibly flight.
Yeah.
For the simple reason there is developments in that teleportation, possibly.
Possible, like.
I think if you think about it, obviously, if someone was bitten by something, say, that adaptation they would then take on. So anything adaptation-wise is possible, I think, in terms of being bitten or being, you know, maimed by some sort of animal. But I think all of the superheroes from DC and Marvel and stuff like that, most of them anyway, are taken from scientific backgrounds anyway. People like Tony Stark, people like.
Yeah, do you think that is really quite possible?
Give it 35 years, 40 years. I think it is. I think there must have been a principle behind it. You know, there must have been early development within that field. And I think give it enough time.
I don't know.
What is possible, you know?
I mean, I would say, if anything was possible, we'd...
Yes. Would you think that super strength is quite plausible? Really?
I don't know what would be real. I reckon in about 40, 50 years' time, with this sudden rise in tech, and well, since the start of the Olympics, the 100 metres men's sprint has dropped from I think the first time it was ran in about 16 seconds. That was the fastest man on the planet, and now it's like 9.5. And I think in about 30 years' time, I reckon the 100 metres will be done in less than 5 seconds. So it's I'm not speaking like drastic changes, you know what I mean? But people are slowly
evolving.
Popping up every now and then.
Do you think that people are evolving?
We're all going to be like Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yes. Do you think the Iron Man suit will be possible?
Yeah, no, they're already in production of that. They've already built hydraulic systems that go down like the sides of your arms and legs, and it even means troops who are ridden to a wheelchair, who literally have to use a wheelchair in their life, it means they can walk around the battlefield, and the suit that they carry can carry up to 4 times their weight on their back, and they could hop across rocks like it's nothing, you know what I mean? And it's the suit that does it. But yeah, this Iron Man suit, I reckon I'd give that 50.
Yeah, do you think like other superpowers like flight? Because I have heard of the flying frog video. I've seen that.
That's more like Buzz Lightyear once.
Well, that's all about what was it called? Electromagnetic test. Well, since they proved that water is also magnetic, and we are probably about 90% full of water, and they proved that you could probably lift yourself up, but that's going to be years.
Honestly, and it pains me to say it because it is like my number one thing to do before I die.
Oh, fly.
Yeah. I don't think we're ever going to fly. Literally, if I had to pick a superhero, it would be flight. If I had to pick, a superpower, it'd be flight. As long as, with all the details, I can land at that high speed. You know what I mean? That'd be pretty shit if you're flying. You know what I mean? Flying at hundreds of meters and you just hit the ground dead. I mean, like land.
Basically jumping off a cliff.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not talking about super strength, but I could take the landing.
Now, if you were a superhero, what would be your part-time job?
You wouldn't even have one.
I wouldn't have a part-time job. I've thought about this. If I was a superhero,
rob bank.
If I was a superhero, I wouldn't be a prick so much. I just wouldn't follow this. I wouldn't live to the normal rules of life.
So would you let everyone know your identity?
I'd let everyone know my identity. I'd carry on listening, doing.
Charlie.
Rules. I wouldn't murder people just for the sake. I wouldn't rob people. But I would not.
Charlie,
I wouldn't just carry on. I wouldn't need to work.
Would you be here right now if you were a
I'd probably go to
but
these
do you
sort
think
of places
that's
not
sort
to learn,
of
just to chat to people, you know what I mean? I wouldn't. I honestly wouldn't give a shit. I don't know.
Neither
if I was a superhero, roll up and spark one up in a restaurant. You know what I mean?
Do you think that there's going to be a bit of a target for villains? To know who you
yeah,
are?
I've thought of the whole kind of, you know, they'll go after a family sort of thing, but...
Yeah.
I think they're kind
Or
of
your loved ones.
But I personally believe that to be a superhero, you can't just be a good superhero. I think everyone, as our general human nature, everyone has a dark, evil side. And
yes.
that dark,
even Spider-Man.
Feeding. You can't just live as a good one, because if you ignore all your anger, you end up just falling into one kind of depressed ball of tears.
Yeah.
So you always, and of course as a superhero, you probably have all that attention on you from the media. So it isn't just going to be kind of, you know, crawling up in a ball and crying. It's like a long, you know, life of depression. So I would say, I don't know, I'd just...
Oh, okay, that was an unexpected one. My part-time job.
Yes. I mean, how I mean is that, well, like Peter Parker, he's a photographer who takes pictures of himself, but
nice. A lot of selfies.
Superheroes normally take part-time jobs so they could be the least most unexpected person in the room, really.
Yeah, I think a job that really didn't have much time restrictions. So somewhere that you weren't sitting down, so you could just pop off, say.
Have you heard of Daredevil?
Yes.
Yeah, he's a blind man. Most unexpected person that you can never point out, you know.
Exactly.
Oh, Daredevil, who is he? Oh, he's that blind man over there.
I think, even if you told people that, they wouldn't believe it. I mean, even, I'd say probably a news, someone who owned a news agent, say. Because you can just shut up shop for 5 minutes, head off, come back.
I am a superhero, and this is my job.
I wouldn't actually know your hard thing to think of.
It could be your normal job now.
That would want a better job. I would just want to do something, like, you'd probably just be undercover or something like that.
I mean, with Superman, he doesn't even disguise his face, all he does is put on a cape.
Yeah, some people are kind of stupid on that, yes.
It's like, hey, I wonder who Superman is, and just like Clark Kent is sitting right next to him.
Yes. And yes. Why did that one guy just go, wait. If I just remove these glasses... He said, I'm a twin brother. So, you need an occupation which is the least expected. What would it be?
Grocery store?
What would be your name and abilities?
I would be Smoky Joe. I'd be able to provide coffee and consolation at a moment's notice, and also always find a parking space.
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
Probably the best one would be to be invisible. That would be the best thing. If I could do anything, I would want to be invisible. Or I could turn invisible, so I could be places.
And your name, you know. Yeah, it's quite a difficult name. Like, you want to turn invisible and all that. Oh dear.
Invisible man. So that's Superman, invisible.
I could think of that.
Does it have to be a number, or can it be a name?
It can be any. I don't make the rules here.
I was thinking of one of the powers from Dragon Ball, being able to control...
Yeah, Dragon Ball is fine, go ahead.
Being able to control my ki,
yeah.
like I was saying.
I don't just say.
Well, the only one I can think of which is good, which isn't taken, is Maram.
Alright. And...
No, wait, Marange. No, not Marange. Majirahi.
Alright.
It kind of doesn't roll off the tongue.
God. I don't know, my name's Robin, so I'm going to try and abbreviate that.
Yeah.
Robo Boy? No.
But think about your abilities first. That's
okay,
probably the best thing.
I think I'd probably only have one because I wouldn't want too many because I get confused. What about manipulation of nature? Like if you've seen Sky High, the girl on Sky High, you can do all of that stuff with branches and stuff.
Oh, I think so. I think.
So, which you can manipulate nature really. That'd be quite cool. You know, like to be able to make trees walk and mountains move. Like and sort of, you know, like the plants to attack people. And my name on that respect would be... I realise this is probably already taken by game, but Bioshock.
Oh, right, okay. Well,
At least it's not Bioshock 2 because that doesn't really work. But Bioshock.
hero.
I'd be.
That
I'd
would be
probably.
hilarious.
My ultimate superpower would be. You wouldn't believe how long and hard I've thought about this.
Yeah.
My ultimate superpower would be to control reality.
Oh,
To
that.
be able to just at the click of my fingers create something in a room that is
more
real,
powerful,
that
like
is
Galactus
from,
or something
literally
like that.
created from nothing real. And so I could mess with people's minds, you know what I mean? I could come in, it'd be snowing one day and it'd be like, snowing? Nah, click my fingers, the sky clears up and it goes, that's sunny.
Nice.
Being able to control it, so you walk,
It's like you've
you
got
could be
Gary's
driving
mold
along,
on
click
you.
my fingers and all the street lamps bend in on each other and then the road becomes a road, you know. Just be able to
So
control, because
anything to your
no one will be able to
imagination.
screw with you. Someone comes after your family with guns, just click your finger, they ain't got any guns.
Why
They're
does that
holding
remind me
bananas.
of that film with, what's his name, Adam Sandler, and he's got this remote?
The
Click, is it? Click or something?
Click,
Ne-
yeah.
Is it? No, yeah, click. Next is different.
And he gets to do what he likes, so it's really funny.
So I mean, if I
That'd
could
be
create
awesome.
reality, that'd be
Mm,
good.
yeah.
You know what I mean? If
but
ever
what
there
would
was
your
a girl
name
going
be?
on about her appearance, if a girl was ever whining, you know, like just click it and just be like big ass, big tits.
Nice
Thank
face.
you there.
What would your name be?
My name would be.
This would be awesome, like Magneto or Galactus.
My name would be Real Shit.
Real shit.
Real
It's like a rapper name.
The real shit.
The shit.
Now, what would you do to be recognised as a superhero? Because how did Batman say? He just went up to some guys and rumoured by the police.
I would get myself known. I would.
Go in a very
No,
public
I'd
place.
actually go on American television.
Really?
Tell them that they are a fucking joke and they need to make guns illegal and give their people healthcare. That is what I would tell America. That's what I'll do. That's how
do
I
you-
get known.
do
Then
you
everyone will know me.
think,
Everyone, the media will plaster me as like humanity's Satan. You know what I mean? Like churches will go crazy, and I'll just be sat there like, "Hey, all I told you is that your
Do you
American
think
dream is American
that
now."
the rules would give people ideas? Because like some people say, rules are there to make them
Honestly,
be
if I
broken.
was a superhero, I wouldn't care. Though. If I was a superhero, I just do things that made people smile.
Oh, nice. And
I would not so much that people thought right, because no one ever's, you know, you're not ever going to get everyone on your side.
I wouldn't want to be. I don't know if I'd want to be recognised for that fact. I think
yeah,
just
but
doing stuff
it's just made up. This is, you know, like.
just doing stuff that helps really.
I mean, how would you begin? I mean, you know, you know how Batman began. He's just rumours by police or something like that.
I think I'd probably begin by.
And Tony Stark totally definitely just came out. I'm Iron Man.
Well, I mean, with my powers, I'd probably go to somewhere like Africa or something, try and stop poachers and stuff like that. Try and stop.
Ah, yeah.
Sort of start it there, like in the
Yeah.
movie Extraordinary Gentleman with the guy with the what's his name, the main guy in it.
Ah,
Played
I do know.
Played by Sean Connery.
Yeah.
I mean that sort of thing. Sort of go somewhere that isn't England, but sort of try and help there and then move on.
I like the idea of masks, and so masks often define the superhero. Though in Superman's case, Clark Kent is the mask, and Superman is the genuine person.
I was trying to help a lot of people out, just get lots of publicity.
I mean, how did Batman got himself that?
Yeah.
He
Like
just beat the bad guys. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, I would probably like want to help people. Like, yeah, if I was invisible, I could do stuff.
Or
which no one
Iron
else-
Man, that he is totally different. He just everybody knows who Iron Man is.
Yeah.
Whereas in the film, he just went up and saying, "I'm Iron Man."
Yeah.
Tony Stark. Everyone knows who he is.
Yeah, probably would be just trying to help people out and then just doing stuff which no one else would do, which people would be like, whoa.
Yeah.
And,
So back on the question. Now, what would you like? You're a superhero. You got your name. You got your abilities. Now, what would you do to be recognised as a superhero? This is probably the longest interview I have ever done.
I think I'll start off like Goku. Or Krillin.
Oh, you mean like as in tournaments, fighting tournaments? That is good, really, because I
You
don't
know,
think
loads
it-
of people watching.
Yes. Thank you very much. Would you like to say thank you to the camera?
Thank you, camera.
Do you have anything to say to the audience?
Superman probably gets his powers from drugs, so don't do drugs.
And, well, that's it. And do you want to say anything to the viewers?
Yeah, I don't know, it's a very interesting subject, and I'd like to see how the superhero genre evolves. Also, check out my channel, Pacosco RS, P-A-K.
Don't worry, we'll send the link.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm trying to get views, and seriously, watch more of his videos, they're excellent. Ciao.
That's probably it. And what do you like to say to the people of YouTube or the world?
America, sort your shit out.
Yeah, America. Gotta sort your shit out, America.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, is that right?
Yeah, I didn't expect you to be in the view.
Sorry.
Yeah, what the fuck, Shanice?
Oh, I'm sorry. I just put my own opinion in there.
Right, thank you for watching, and also check out these guys, they've been awesome. And see you next time, Comedy TV out.